We thought the 0-11 Louisville game would let us coast into the postseason with good vibes, but 4 interceptions for James Fuqua and a fumble later, and he's not even leading the Heisman race anymore. We are one of the best teams in college football, but if we play a B- game, we can throw all of the good work away this season. The ACC title game is on deck for today's episode. I'm Kimbroplays. Let's go. As we mentioned at the top, between blowouts and last week's debacle, the Heisman lead has been squandered, and we are now chasing Lammy Constant from Toledo, the running back in this race. But we still have one huge opportunity today to retake the lead. Marshall sits in the number 2 spot of the college football playoff rankings ahead of Conference Championship week. All of us in the top 4 spots have a ranked opponent, but unfortunately we might have the toughest matchup against number 7 Pitt. If Pitt pulls off the upset, they get in. But Northwestern, Akron, and Arkansas State are still hanging around late in this year, and that's pretty wild. Pitt and Marshall will kick off at 7:30 p.m. with only the Big Ten title game coming after ours, so we will get a good idea of how some of the other matchups shook out earlier in the day when our game starts. Toledo and Akron are facing off in the MAC title. Appalachian State and Arkansas State will play for our old title belt, the Sun Belt Championship. Florida and a 3-loss Texas A&M are going to play for the SEC title, and number 11 Penn State will try to spoil the party for number 3 Northwestern. That's the slate of games that's going to decide it all this year. 63-5 for Coach Gerard Mayo, as this start in Huntington has obviously been something special. We are the defending champs, making that switch to a Power 5 conference for the first time. It has absolutely tested us all year, but here we are in another conference title game, staring at our 3rd playoff berth in 5 seasons. Pat Narduzzi has this Pitt program trending in the right direction with a great 11-1 season and his first trip to the ACC title game in his 10th year at Pitt, but he has some very ugly records, 11-29 in ranked games and only 1-6 in bowl games. So it's got me wondering if he can get his guys up for the premier matchups or not. The Pitt roster does look good. It's pretty comparable to us, actually. They have 2 elite defensive ends that definitely scare me, 96 and 94 for Brown and Donald, but it looks like Donald is trying to come back from a broken tailbone, and he's actually going to be questionable for this one. Hammond Jr. is a really good running back. They have 2 great safeties and impact players at tight end and wide receiver. And interestingly enough, they also have 2 solid quarterbacks that we have to be ready for. Jonathan Berry is the probable starter. He's an 83 overall. He's in his 2nd season as the starter, leading their team. But I also like Dominique Anthony, and according to the ratings, he looks like the more dangerous player to me. So we'll see what they end up cooking up and if they use both guys or not. Lee Corso is going for Pitt. What a traitor. The rosters are pretty balanced. Both teams are going to be B+ overall. We own most of the stat categories and bring into this one the top scoring offense, and we are number 3 in total offense and number 2 in total defense. But being 85th in pass defense is really what scares me. ACC title game time. I'm fired up for this one. The number 7 Pitt Panthers have a long, proud tradition in college football. Their first season was in 1890, and since then they've claimed about 9 national championships, all in the pre-BCS era. They did finish number 1 in the AP and coaches polls in 1937 and 1976. They are among the top 20 college football teams in all-time program wins, and they have had a ton of notable coaches and players over the years. Some of the biggest ones include Mike Ditka, Tony Dorsett, Darrell Revis, LaShawn McCoy, Larry Fitzgerald, Aaron Donald, and of course Hall of Fame quarterback Dan Marino. It's time for a huge ACC title matchup. Marshall's going to get the ball first, and we are underway in Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. Casey Smith from his own 5 returning it out the right side, spins upfield, and he's going to get wrestled down just short of the 35-yard line. That's where Marshall's going to take over. Fuqua under center from his 34. 5-step drop in, drifting, looking for John Bassett, slightly behind him and incomplete on first down. Under center again. 2nd down, quick short throw over the middle. Brennan Armstrong has 7. It's quickly a 3rd and 3. We go sweep right to Ethan Payne, who breaks a tackle. Falling forward, he's got a 12-yard carry and a first. Marshall converting on the ground. Shotgun, now finding John Bass, this time on the backside dig, 13 yards and a first. Stretch left to Ethan Payne. He gets knocked around, has 6. 2nd and 4 shotgun. We're drifting, feeling some pressure. We dump it to Payne, and he gets hit. As the ball arrives, it's incomplete. That's going to leave us with a 3rd and 4. Shotgun set. Under pressure, breaking one tackle, and then eventually going down. Sacked by Dorian Ford, and good for the Pitt defense. They give up some yards, but ultimately they settle in and force the long field goal try for Kevin Hayes. He has got it from 55 yards. And it prompts our first studio update. Toledo upsets number 4 Akron. The Zips are out of the college football playoff race as Toledo gets it done, and Florida just barely squeaks by Texas A&M 31-28, and they seal their ticket into the CFP. Good opening drive by Marshall. Unfortunately, had to settle for the 3, but we'll take it as Barry finding Keith Snyder on the left side, 11 yards and a first down. Now it's Hammond Jr. on the Wildcat keeper. He runs for 1. Nice play by Ryan Young in space. Now Barry on 2nd and 9. It opens up for him as he's got a few blocks. Hubbard trying to chase him down. He's across midfield. He's down inside the 20 at about the 11-yard line. 52 yards for Jonathan Barry. We talked about these quarterbacks being dangerous. I did not expect him to use his legs. I thought it would be the backup Anthony in there doing stuff like that. But Barry showing he is effective. Flips it out to Anderson on first down as they are in the red zone on a very impressive opening drive. Huge hit there by Kenneth Daniels on Adam Pittman. That's a TFL loss for 3, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 9. Barry looking to set up the tunnel screen. He does find Snyder, who runs into Daniels, and he's going to get drugged down by Kerryon Martin. It's a short pickup of 2, and it's going to force a chip shot field goal on 4th, then 7, and it hooks wide. No way. Pitt, look at this thing. I don't think there's a ton of wind, but that thing yanks to the left. Neil Andrews, the kicker, 78 kick power, 77 kick accuracy. I think he just hooks this one badly. Marshall's got it back after getting a very lucky missed field goal on that really good opening drive. Ethan Payne has 4 on first down. Brennan Armstrong picks up 8 on second down and is able to convert the first. Now we go stretch left. Ethan Payne, he's got 5. He's doing a nice job falling forward, but we haven't really opened up anything big. We check it down to him on second down. He's got a 3-yard reception. Sets us up with a really manageable 3rd and 2 from the 40 of Marshall. James Fuqua on the quarterback keeper jukes upfield across the midfield logo. Really nice job. He's across midfield into Pitt territory. We are set up at the 45. Ethan Payne, not a lot of running room there, has 1 on first down. 2nd and 9. Quickly around to Brennan Armstrong again as we find him on this little curl route. Looks like some easy, quick yardage. 3rd and 4, deep downfield. Fuqua outside the pocket. Now looking for William Matthews downfield, who's coming back to the ball, and he finds him. 23-yard reception. Nice big play as that was broken. Nothing was wide open, and we are set up again inside the 20. Fuqua cutting it upfield, back into the middle. He's got 8 yards. He gets us down to the 6. So we turn and go power to Ethan Payne, and he's going to rumble into the end zone. 7-yard touchdown run, opening the touchdown scoring for Marshall. Really good cutback by Payne. He does a good job reading his blocks. He finds a little crease, powers it through, and Marshall takes the 10-0 lead. Really good drive by Marshall, finally able to convert, not get into the red zone, and give it up. Rodney Hammond Jr., we talked about him being a good running back. He's got himself 16. Now Barry on the keeper, running right. Short pickup of 2 as this first quarter has flown by. We're already inside of 30 seconds left. They go inside give to Anderson. He rumbles for 7, sets him up with a 3rd and inches. Empty shotgun. Barry looking left. He's got a man in Snyder who breaks a tackle. Mario Sanders trying to pull him down. It's a 33-yard reception for their leading wide receiver, Keith Snyder. He does a good job getting off the press coverage. And we're in cover 2 man, but unfortunately, Daniels unable to get out there quick enough. Sanders unable to keep the press coverage. And that's how you hit a big one if you're Pitt. They go inside give now. Hammond powering forward. He's got 5. And Pitt again for the second time inside the red zone. Hammond running left, running into trouble. He's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage, and it's a 3rd and 4. Barry, well protected, finds Frederick, the tight end, over the middle, and he's got it. 10-yard touchdown for Jonathan Frederick as Pitt with a good response. We have not been able to stop them at all. This is just a delay release by the tight end. He's in there to block and then ultimately just kind of gets into the passing route, and he scores, but check this out. This guy, Andrews, he misses it. And you know what? I said we've got to bump up the accuracy. I think we had it down to like 25% because people were making way too many field goals in college football, but now we've missed like 4 field goals in the last 2 games from the CPU. So we're going to just bump that up to normal, whatever it's supposed to be for Heisman settings. Good run by Ethan Payne on first. Second down, we're going to find Brennan Armstrong again on that quick curl route. He's got 12. And here's Ethan Payne rumbling up the middle for a 3rd straight gain of 10 or more by Marshall. We are gashing him on this drive. Another good run by Payne, first down. He's got 8, leaves us with a 2nd and 2, and we are quickly across the midfield stripe and into Pitt territory is Casey Smith. Not a lot of room. He's got 2. Quarterback keeper for Fuqua on 3rd and inches. He's able to hang on to it and get it upfield. Now 1st and 10. Ooh, that one should have been intercepted. PJ O'Brien, the safety, was standing there. He read Fuqua's eyes, and that was our first turnover-worthy throw of the day. Luckily, it is dropped by Stonehands. Next play, Fuqua up top. Chancellor Bright on the tip. He squeezes it. 35-yard touchdown by Chancellor Bright. And oh my goodness, this is a fun one. Fuqua recognizes the single coverage. He's got his big body wide receiver down there, and off the bounce, he gets his 2 feet in and he squeezes it. Marshall, out of nowhere with the quick strike, scores the touchdown, and they take the 17-6 lead. Barry has the ball again as Pitt trying to put together another touchdown scoring drive. They've moved the ball against us all 3 possessions today, and there's Ryan Young. Oh man, what a good rush by the middle linebacker. He's able to get in there for the sack, and that sets him up with a 3rd and 8 as they find Skinner over the middle. 3rd and 9, Joseph Skinner goes for 11 on a good in-breaking route. Gets off of separation from Folk, and he's able to make a play as they go tunnel screen again to Pittman. This one only goes for 1 as that play has not worked for them so far. That one's much better. Ross on the little zip route gets outside. Matthew Ross turns it upfield, turns it into 16 yards. Empty set, but Ross coming into the backfield. It's a speed option. They pitch it again to Ross. He's got it on the outside as he's got a 10-yard rush. It's going to be just short of the 6, but they empty out the backfield, and then they bring in this motion man, and it works. Nope. That one does not, though. As they try to go stretch outside, and Jermaine Johnson gets the TFL. Here's that motion again. Hammond Jr. from the Wildcat is going to keep it, and he's going to get the first down yardage as they've done a really good job moving the ball. Here they go, empty again. This has been really tough for us as they flip it out to Parker. We do a better job covering this one, but it's still a 4-yard gain. Empty again for Barry. Pass protection holds up just long enough. Charles Pierce along the sideline tiptoes. He's got the first. Anderson, stretch run. We do a bad job on the edge containing him. He's got 4. Pitt inside the Marshall 15 now. Barry feeling some heat, trying to get rid of it. I think this hit a helmet, and that's his first incompletion of the day. He's only just now 11 of 12, and now he's 12 of 13 and a touchdown. Second passing touchdown of the day. He has been dealing. Adam Pittman into the end zone. This is a good corner route working against David Watkins. That is a perfectly timed ball. Watkins was closing on it, but he was too late. Pitt into the end zone. 3rd straight impressive drive marching it downfield, and we've got a ball game. It is 17-13. They opted not to go for 2. They just took the extra point, but we have got a ball game so far. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Eric Love getting it up the sideline. It's going to get pushed out at about the 35. Good return for us. Fuqua has had to be good, and we're going to need him to continue to be sharp. Pitt is moving the ball against us with no problems right now. 1st and 10 with 2 minutes to go. All 3 timeouts. We give left to Casey Smith on first down. He gets 9. Now, trying to fight off press coverage, we find Brennan Armstrong on that curl, but we've got a flag in the backfield. Let's check out what this is. They're going to call us for holding. Unfortunately, this is going to be on Casey Smith. I don't see much there. He's just trying to pass protect. Coach Mayo does not like it. 2nd and 11, it pushes us back. Minute 33 to go. We're going to go power to Casey Smith, and it opens up for him beautifully. He's across the 50, across the 40, fighting down to the 30-yard line of Pitt. That is a 36-yard carry. What a beautiful job by Casey Smith as we catch them napping as we run the ball in this 2-minute drill, and it works to perfection. Fuqua out on the edge on the scramble as he picks up 11 yards, converts the first down, and we are in scoring territory with about a minute to go. Fuqua, hey, they're going to run man coverage again. We'll just escape the pocket, slide down smartly, keep that clock rolling. 1st and goal from the 10. We go draw play to Clemens. Jeff Clemens into the game, gets a 2-yard carry. Not ideal, didn't get into the end zone. Now look into the back of the end zone, and bang! John Bass is there with 16 seconds left to go in the first half. That is an impressive drive by Marshall and a very key score, as we needed this one badly. Pitt has had all the momentum. John Bass kind of just sells this route to the back of the end zone and then runs the back line. And James Fuqua is able to find him. Huge score, and that would prove to be the halftime number. 24-13, Marshall up 11 on Pitt. This has been a really good game. I'm really happy we're able to punch that one in right there at the final. 125 yards passing for Pitt, 97 yards rushing, so pretty good balance. Similar for us. We're over 100 yards passing, over 150 on the ground. Both teams around that 8 to 10 minutes of time of possession. That's about as balanced as you can see it. We get the third quarter going. Barry on offense, launching deep downfield. Oh no, Ryan Young swats it away, but I think Kenneth Daniels was going to intercept that underthrown ball easily. Oh, it's a pass deflection. It could have been much more, as they find Ross over the middle on second down. Quick strike. That leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Barry, under pressure, he just throws this one away. Surprised he didn't try to tuck and run or anything, but that's a pretty quick 3 and out for Marshall. They do elect to punt it. So we come out of the halftime locker room and we make a play, and that is a good start for the Marshall D, as Eric Love makes a man miss, cuts it back upfield, and is going to get shoestrung tackled. That is a good 20-yard return, but it could have had more. First drive of the day on the second half for Marshall as Fuqua spins upfield on the zone read keeper. He's got 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Now looking downfield, launching across his body, slightly underthrown to William Matthews, who comes back for it again, bites off the tackle, and on the second play of the third quarter for Marshall's offense, we punch it back into the end zone. This is good stuff. Fuqua escapes the pocket, but they don't have anybody downfield other than the safeties, and we're running 4 verticals, so there's plenty of space to find somebody downfield. William Matthews comes back to the ball. Good individual effort to fight off the tackle, and he gets into the end zone. Marshall 31-13, and that can happen to you. We double you up. We score on the final possession of the half. We score on the first possession of the third quarter, and it's completely changed the dynamic of this game. It was 17-13, and just like that, it's now 31-13. As we do a really good job to start this drive, there's a TFL for Eric Love. It is quickly the 3rd and 4 for Barry in this Pitt offense. He flicks it out to Snyder. He's going to convert. Good pickup by Keith Snyder for 12 yards. 1st and 10, Barry settling in, looking deep downfield. Mario Sanders in his trail technique, he's able to get it done. Mario Sanders didn't panic, didn't grab anybody, he just swats this one down. 2nd and 10, we dial up the double safety blitz, and it is perfect. Justin Johnson gonna get grabbed for the TFL. They go 2nd draw play in a row as the very conservative Pitt offense and the CPU, not ideal. You'd like to see him throw it there. Unfortunately, I can't control the computer. They punt it to us. Fuqua's got it back. Finds Tommy Chambers on the little PA rollout, 9 yards, as we get Jeff Clemens some more action. I'm not sure where Ethan Payne is. Clemens into the game. 1st and 10 run for him. Now Chambers over the middle, breaking a tackle, finding some room across the 40, across the 35, drugged down just short of the 25, as Tommy Chambers, running a slant route against a linebacker, does a nice job breaking a tackle and then just kind of outruns the safety. Would have been great to get one more broken tackle, but that's a huge play as Marshall is starting to open this one up big time. Now with 1st and 10, we look to set up the bubble screen. Actually, Fuqua keeps it. This is a bit of a broken play as he runs this one for 26. This was supposed to be an RPO. We're supposed to hand it to Clemens. He never sticks the ball out to try to opt for the handoff. So we feel like, okay, let's just run it. And he does. He gets us inside the 5 as James Fuqua makes a broken play out of nothing as we are set up. 1st and goal. Oh my gosh. Okay, our 2nd turnover-worthy throw of the day, dropped by a linebacker in the end zone. That would have been a huge one. Fuqua spinning upfield, keeper on 2nd and goal. I don't know how he gets into the end zone, but from 3 yards out, James Fuqua makes a spin move upfield, breaks the tackle, and then falls forward on the pile. 38-13 as Marshall is starting to really open it up in the third quarter. Beautifully done by these guys on this drive. We're lucky that that interception gets dropped by Pitt, and we convert it into points. They find Pittman over the middle for 5. If they're going to stay in this game, they've got to put a touchdown on the board right now on this drive. Tight end Frederick has 1 as he comes back to the ball. Pierce, the motion man, into the backfield on 3rd and 4. They go to Johnson, as he fights off a tackle. Justin Johnson gets 7. He rumbles forward for a 1st down. Shotgun for Barry, throwing over the middle. This time Snyder drops it as he was met quickly there by the Marshall D. It sets up a 2nd and 10. Barry in the shotgun, lobbing one out to Ross. Man, oh man, we've been playing such a ton of cover 3 that sometimes these short flats are wide open, and there's another example. Skinner in man coverage is going to find some space against Eric Love. He's got 11 yards, and they convert another first down. They've strung a few together, so we'll have to see what exactly happens as Johnson now here on the halfback angle route. He works it upfield. He's got 15. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third as they're putting together a nice drive as they find another first down. Here it's Nick Parker. 1st and 10. Barry in the shotgun, across his back foot, and he throws it across the field, and it is intercepted by Scott Ward. Questionable decision by Jonathan Barry as they march it all the way downfield, only to throw the ball late across the field, and Scott Ward in zone coverage is just hanging out there. I don't think he had any idea we were still out there in zone coverage. Marshall gets a huge turnover to stop their momentum. James Fuqua stepping up in the pocket as he breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle on the scramble, and he's going to get upfield. 19 yards, beautifully done by Fuqua. Didn't have anywhere to go downfield, but then shows a bunch of power as a runner. Finds a way to get 19 yards out of a broken play that should have been a sack. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Armstrong, the motion man, across the formation. In the shotgun, Fuqua giving left to Jeff Clemens as he's got nowhere to go. 1 yard carry. Gets tackled down quickly. This time he goes up the middle to Clemens as he's a little better. He gets 5. It's going to leave us with a 3rd and 4. In shotgun, we're going to space Armstrong out. He's covered by a linebacker. 40 seconds to go. 3rd and 4. We're going to find man coverage, and we're going to launch it. Armstrong is down there, and it's slightly underthrown, but a nice play by Matt Bradley, the linebacker, running step for step with him, and we're going to have to punt it. Nothing can do on the turnover, but it's okay. Take the possession. We quickly go 3 and out, as this is going to be the final play of the third quarter as they launch it deep down the sideline. It's Ross breaking the tackle of Mario Sanders. I have no idea how he got down there. 69-yard touchdown out of nowhere. They've barely tried to throw it deep on us all day, but Jonathan Barry cocks it back and finds Ross deep down the sideline. He does a good job to break a tackle from Mario Sanders and get into the end zone, and this is frustrating. Mario Sanders just stops his feet just slightly, and that is the final play of the third quarter, and a much-needed score by Pitt. 38-20 is the score, and as we start the fourth quarter, Marshall definitely needs to lock this one up. We cannot allow a big explosive play like that to happen again. Fuqua, 216 yards passing, 3 scores. He's added another 93 on the ground. He has been electric. Zone read keeper for Fuqua. He's got some space. Now does he have enough speed to get there? Running past everybody. Down inside the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 74-yard score for James Fuqua, and are you kidding me? This dude, zone read keeper, gets some great perimeter blocking by his tight ends and wide receivers, and then our Heisman candidate has the wheels and in a huge spot. First play of the drive after they put in a 69-yard touchdown, we come back and answer with a 74-yard dagger. 45-20 Marshall. That was a huge play. Back to a 25-point lead. Barry tucking this time, trying to answer back. He's got 8 yards. Going to set up a 2nd and 2. Now Barry under pressure, going to go down. Good job by Jermaine Johnson playing a little contain. He's going to get his first sack of the day, and it's quickly to 3rd and 9 from about the 40. Is this one dropped by Parker? Wow. Going to set up a 4th and 9. We'll see if they punt it. Oh, man, they do. 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Just short of the midfield logo, and Pat Narduzzi elects to punt the ball away. I don't know that they're even going to get that many more chances to hold the football. They probably should have went for it, as we find Chandler Taylor for 30 yards on play action, and just like that, Marshall's back across the midfield stripe, turning and giving to Jeff Clemens, who's seen a lot of action here in the second half. Nice 9-yard run for him, getting it to Clemens again, running the right side, his first real carries in action of the whole season. Another 9 yards. Fuqua on the keeper, going to take it himself and slide down smartly not to take a hit, and he's got us inside the 10. Yeah, Pat Narduzzi absolutely should have went for it. 1st and goal, we check it down to Clemens, keeps his feet in bounds, pushes forward, he's got 2. 2nd and goal as we chew clock inside of 4 minutes to go left in this game. Nice play there. That's Naquan Brown, one of those elite defensive ends who gets some pressure. Play action. We're looking to the end zone. This one hits a helmet. We thought we could sneak it right around the linebacker's helmet into Chandler Taylor. We were unable to. Kevin Hayes on for the chippy, and he blows it. What in the world? What is happening down on this end of the field? Something's in the Charlotte air. Kevin Hayes never misses from that close. 45-20, Barry has it again. We've taken a lot of time out of the fourth quarter clock. They find Skinner across the middle for 12, but I don't know if they have enough possessions left to make this comeback happen. They go draw play to Johnson, breaking the tackle of Love. He's got some room. This is certainly going to help. Johnson, the running back, on the running back draw. He busts this one open, catches us napping Malcolm Folk. Eric Love can't make the tackle. Mario Sanders eventually tracks him down, but that's a nice big play that'll help them out a lot. 3 minutes to go in the game. Flipping it out to the tight end, Frederick in the flat. Watkins rallies up to make the tackle, leaving them with a 2nd and 2. They're still running the ball. It's Johnson. He's going to be just short. Not sure why it's not throw all day. 3rd and inches. Empty set. Barry. We send 5. He starts to tuck and he goes down. Rasheed Price makes the play. Big time sack. And this is the ball game here. 4th and 7, under 2 minutes to go. Barry short to Frederick, who steps out of bounds. It's only a 3-yard reception. They needed 7, and that one is going to do it. Turnover on downs pretty much wraps this one up. We run out the clock the rest of the way, and Marshall gets it done. In our first season moving up to big boy college football, we are ACC Conference champions for the first time. Coach Mayo and the boys get it done in year 1. 45-20 is that final score, and what a game from our best player. James Fuqua was fantastic on the biggest stage, throwing for 248 yards and 3 touchdowns through the air, no interceptions. He rushes for another 177 and adds 2 more scores with that long of 74 that slammed the door on any momentum or comeback that Pitt had going in the 3rd quarter. He was at his best when we needed a huge game from him, and I will be very curious to see if he made a big enough impression on the Heisman voters today. I thought Pitt was very much in this game until that 3rd quarter. They throw for 359 yards when it's all said and done, only 136 on the ground, however, and we put up 324 as we kind of did whatever we wanted to do on the ground. They do end up losing the turnover battle, and they only go 50% in the red zone. I know they had that missed field goal. We were able to generate a few too many explosive plays for them to be able to handle, and ultimately Marshall gets it done. Man, that is super fun. I love getting the ACC title game, proving all the doubters wrong as we make the transition into the big boy college football conferences, and that's a heck of a start. We punch our ticket to the college football playoff. We love to see it. Let's advance and check out who else has punched their ticket to the college football playoff. But first, it's time to find out about this Heisman Trophy, and James Fuqua gets it done. He is your Heisman winner for Season 5, Marshall's first one in school history. He claws back into the lead, winning the vote 1801 to 1739, so very, very close over the guy from Toledo. Really too close for comfort, but we get it done at the end of the day. 3,200 yards passing, 1,100 yards rushing on the season, 58 total touchdowns combined. Just an epic season by the senior quarterback, and there's a little more hardware on the way. Aiden Hubbard has won the Bronco Nagurski Award and the Vince Lombardi Trophy, so our run on individual defensive award success continues as well. And it's time to take a look at who is in and what the Final Four is. Marshall gets the big ACC title game win and moves into the #1 seed. We will be taking on the Red Wolves again, a rematch of last year's Sun Belt title game. It's crazy to see Arkansas State getting this chance at the college football playoff, but that's what we've got upcoming. On the other side of the bracket, the #2 Florida Gators will take on the Big Ten champions, the #3 Northwestern Wildcats. Another unlikely team gets in, and it's going to be interesting to see how they match up with us and with Florida. Shout out to Florida making their 3rd straight college football playoff in this series as well. They have been absolutely legit all the time. Here's a look at the full college football playoff ranking. As we saw, Akron blows it, losing big to Toledo in the MAC title game. They blow their shot at the playoff. Florida barely gets by Texas A&M 31-28, and Northwestern beats up on Penn State by 10. Arkansas State beats App State 35-16, so the top teams locked in this opportunity, and it leaves teams like Georgia, Cal, Kentucky, even North Carolina just outside of the top 4 looking in. Let's quickly look at a few awards, starting with the Maxwell for Player of the Year. Fuqua wins the Heisman, but only finishes 3rd on the list for the Maxwell. Kopp from Houston, the quarterback, takes that one home. Fuqua also finishes 2nd for the Walter Camp, so he did not sweep all the awards. We saw Hubbard win win the Bronco Nagurski Award for Defensive Player of the Year. Brennan Armstrong is the runner-up for the Mackey for Best Tight End, which is a great result for him. I hope this finally helps him get a ratings boost in the offseason. Hubbard also wins the award, as we know, for the Lombardi for Best Lineman on either side of the ball. He had a great year, 14 sacks, 45 tackles. But in sad news, Kevin Hayes cannot do the four-peat sweep of his college career. He does not win the Groza. That run is over. Honestly, we didn't need him very much this year like we have in years past. Fuqua was just unreal scoring touchdowns for us. And we also end our streak of guys winning the Jet Returner of the Year award. We had won it every year of the series until this season. Tough. Let's look at the All-American list quickly. No love for the Heisman winner at quarterback on the first team. It's Kopp. But we do see Brennan Armstrong make first team at tight end. We love that for him. Hubbard, Johnson, and Price all make it for the second year in a row as a group. I think Price has made it for the third straight year. They all had really strong seasons. A surprising addition to this list is first-year starting linebacker Ryan Young. He was an afterthought on this defense at the start of the year. I didn't think he'd play hardly at all, and by the end of the year, he became one of the best defenders on this team. And to round it out, we also see Eric Love, Malcolm Folk, and Josh Hardiman make it as well. Good to see Eric Love make the list after leading our team in interceptions this season. Now let's look at the second team list. There you find Fuqua. He is quarterback one. He gets the second team nod. We also see some offensive line love for Chris Everhart, our starting center, and Brian Justice, our right guard. Both of those guys make second team, which is good to see. I thought that the run blocking, especially for Marshall on the right side, was elite all year. And the only other guy to make the list, it's not David Watkins, our freshman All-American from last year. It's actually Mario Sanders who gets second team honors. I think teams were afraid to throw Watkins his way after his 7 interceptions last season. So good for Mario. I wouldn't have given this award, but good for him. Lastly, let's look at this freshman list. Left tackle, true freshman Derek Marcus, our 3-star Jim. He's already up to an 82 overall. He's going to get some love on the freshman list. So does backup swing tackle Eric Burns. He didn't play very much. I'm not quite sure how he makes this list, but hey, congrats to him as well. And the last man to make it is Corey Brown, the 5-star true freshman, played as the primary third safety in our defense, and he has a very bright future. He's going to be taking over for Josh Hardiman next year. Coach Mayo, after winning that ACC title game, got a huge boost. He's now up to a level 30, and we've got another point to use. We're going to put another one into matchup for him, and that's going to allow us to see blocking matchups in the pre-play menu now. Man, I'm so happy for Fuqua. Since his true freshman season, taking over for an injured Grant Wells in the national title game against Bama. Fast forward 4 years later, he has a title of his own already. Now he's a Heisman winner, and he's looking to go back-to-back as a champion in college football. Wow, he's a Marshall legend. Very, very cool to see this award and this recognition for him. Arkansas State in a rematch in the college football playoff is up next episode. I am fired up for that one. Thanks for watching today. Be sure to like and subscribe so you do not miss a video. Take care of yourselves. Love y'all. Peace.